your main session of the week today?
Yes, it is.
Do
you want me to elaborate?
A bit of focus this week again on Daniel Wells. What are his prospects of playing? And I guess if he is fit, how difficult would it be finding him a spot given your success last weekend?
Oh, it'll be a challenge for him for sure, just based on everyone else's performance. But we know what he's capable of at his best, and we had a look at him in finals last year off a limited preparation. He was pretty impressive. So he'll train today and put his case forward, and he's feeling more confident than he has at any point this season of getting back out and playing. So we'll give him every chance, and we'd love to have him in our side, but he's got to be very close to his best to force his way in.
Has he stepped up his contact work this week?
Oh yeah, he's been able to do that for a while. So we're pretty confident in the level of work that he's done, albeit not at match intensity. He just hasn't had enough matches to do that. So, but that's only been through circumstance. So we're pretty confident that our sports science guys can get him in good nick, and then it becomes a match committee decision as to whether we play him.
How's Robbie Tarrant looking, Brad?
I think Robbie will be okay. He was really close to playing, but obviously such an important game, and it was a bit of an issue because even though Sydney were a smaller forward line than they have been in the past, he was clearly earmarked to play on tippet. So we're disappointed to lose him, but the philosophy of playing 100% fit players, is a good one in finals. So we had Luke McDonald there ready to go, so we took no risks, which means that we probably think Robbie will be right, but he'll still have to have a fitness test later in the week.
How's Drew a corky to the knee at one stage late in the game? How's his fitness, Brett?
Yeah, again, we think he'll be okay. And the fact that he came back out on the ground and performed really well suggests that he'll be fine. He was a little bit sore straight after the game, but Drew's even making jokes about it, so that suggests he's pretty confident.
You said post-game that last year you felt you were just happy to be there as part of a preliminary final. Is it sort of the mantra this year that just being here is not good enough anymore?
Yeah, and look, I said that subconsciously we felt, and in hindsight we probably felt we were happy to be there. At the time, we were going up to Sydney to win, but there's no doubt, talking to the players, that they really felt that, there was a subconscious feeling that maybe we were content with what we did. And this year we have a quiet confidence about what we're doing. We really have an expectation rather than a hope, and that's built on the back of performance and what we've been able to do. So we understand the challenges before us, and it's a challenge we're willing to accept.
Do you notice that on just how people act on the training track or around the club, if that makes sense? Yeah,
I do. I think that while we've been happy with our wins the last couple of weeks, it hasn't been over the top, and it's certainly been with an eye to next week, and an eye that we've still got a couple of steps to take. So we're well prepared. I think we're well drilled, and we're ready for the challenge, and the guys are going over there to get the job done.
Some people probably wanted to point to the final a couple of years ago against the Eagles, but I'd suggest you'd be wanting to point to the couple of wins you've had there. There's no fears with that venue at all?
No, we won twice there last year. I mean, it becomes, at what point does history become irrelevant? And the truth of that is, we'll probably, as soon as the game's been played, it's the next week that's important. And now West Coast are a vastly different side to 12 months ago, and we think we are too. So we're looking forward to the challenge. It'll be a big crowd and hostile crowd, and they'll be doing well to produce more noise than we experienced at the MCG in front of 90,000, but I'm sure they'll have a crack at it.
Just on that note, Hawthorn said that they were intimidated over there against the Eagles. Jordan Lewis just mentioned it again a couple of hours ago to us. Do you buy into that, or you had to talk to the boys about it? Or?
No, it surprised me. I don't think the Hawks have been intimidated by much over the last decade or so. No, I think that our record interstate, and certainly our philosophy, is that we'll feed off the crowd, and that'll certainly fuel us. I think that real competitors love that sort of environment, that hostile environment, and it's going to be, the finals this year have just been absolutely electric in terms of atmosphere, regardless of where we played. So the stakes are really high. There's a lot on the line, and we just waiting for this opportunity, and we're looking forward to taking it.
Do you feed off the fact, Brad, that most people are tipping West Coast, or is that just external noise to you guys? Is it a motivation?
No, it's not motivation. It doesn't really concern me. I just focus on the facts, and They're a good side. They deserve their position in the top two at the end of the home and away season, and by virtue of winning their first final, they go into a home prelim as deserved favourites. But we're really confident that our best stacks up, and we're just focused on trying to reproduce that.
Goldstein All-Australian last night. How critical is his rough battle against Daniel?
Oh, it's going to be really important, I think, for both sides that the ruck dominance goes their way. But Goldie's in really good nick. Deserved his All-Australian, and I think he's been in the squad now 3 times, and he's finally got in. So he's really, just by weight of performance, he deserves it. But he's about the team, and I think he even said that last night at the All-Australian Awards. It's not about Nat Nui versus Goldstein. It's about who can get their team over the line.
Different times they've been, or for most part, they've been a high-scoring team, and at different times you have been as well. But last week was obviously a lot lower. What sort of game does it have to be for you to win, do you think?
No, we're happy to play any style. Finals are generally won by the side that's hardest in the contest. That's history generally tells you that. I think they'll defend well. We'll attempt to defend well, and it'll come down to who's stronger and tougher in the contest. And that's how we like our footy played. So they're going to be a formidable opponent, but we're not concerned about having to play a certain style to win. We think we're really flexible, and we can adapt to whatever they throw at us.
Robbie Nahas, a late withdrawal last week. Was that purely selection based?
Yeah, 100% selection based. We wanted to make sure Turner was absolutely right, and we just chose to rotate that position. But it was a really close run thing. Nahas was good the week before, performed a really good role for us. So we've got some selection issues again this week, which is a good thing.
Yeah, weekly question, Ben Jacobs this week. I mean, do you almost like to use him as a bit of a mental tool ahead of a battle, just to frighten a few guys on the opposition, say, oh, he might go to this bloke, might go to that bloke?
Oh, they're not stupid. I mean, they know what's coming. But I've spoken to Ben about taggers in the media, and they probably should just go about their business and leave all the media stuff to the high-flying forwards.
I know you can't use it as an excuse, Brad, but how big a factor is the fatigue issue? You've obviously had to travel to Sydney, you've got to travel another 4 hours this weekend. How are you managing that?
Oh, we've already managed it. So, we're fit and fresh, and we're in the best shape we've been in all year. So, we took a view a month ago that we wanted to be in the best possible physical shape we could be in, and we're really confident we are.
Do any travel early, or do you all travel as a group?
No, we'll all travel as a group. Our routine won't change. We'll just do what we normally do for interstate travel.
And if you do get the win, Brad, is the plan to come back on the Sunday morning?
I've left most of that to the admin, but my understanding is there are multiple options for us. So we've got the choice, and we'll probably give the players the choice.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, everybody.